Hello, hello, hello. Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated! Welcome to my recap of 90 Day Fiancé, the UK, Season 1, Episode 1. Oh my lord, doesn't it feel so good? Like a little newborn baby bird fresh out of the egg, like in the nest, like, oh. All I want is for my mama to give me some regurgitated worm. This is great. Hi, my name is Wah, and I do recaps of relationship reality TV shows such as 90 Day Fiancé, Love After Lockup, Married at First Sight, Seeking Sister Wife. So if you are at all interested in that content, please go on ahead and subscribe to my channel. If you get the hee ha-has while watching me, you can tip me. Let me know how you feel about it. If you're at all interested in some more content, I have a podcast. It's called Docusweeties with Chris and Wah. Me and my good Judy Chris have a podcast that's out and on everywhere. It's Spotify. It's on Apple. It should be on Google. Probably maybe not right now. I have to check it. And like all the other places that you can find podcasts. And we have a Patreon, which is patreon.com/DocuSweeties. So you can get the full unedited versions of that podcast and a visual, as you are seeing right now. But anywho, I hope you guys are enjoying 90 Day Fiancé the UK. It is on Discovery Plus right now. I don't know when it's going to be open and available to everybody, but I know that the international baddies are watching it. And so, hello, those of you who are from the UK. I am going to butcher all of these accents. Okay? I'm going to butcher them. It just is what it is. Shannon Van. Hey, girl. Hey. Shan is in Vancouver, if you guys are wondering. She does recaps of Bravo shows. So if you are a Housewife fan, you should become a Shan fan. A Shannon Van fan, if you will. We've got Selena in the house, and we've got Mika. Thank you guys for joining. This is a little intimate crew. 25 people in the room, 3 people commenting. Go on ahead and give this video a thumbs up. And I'm going to introduce you to what I think is going to be one of the greatest seasons of 90 Day Fiancé, honestly. Like, we're taking it back to like season 1 90 Day Fiancé. They're giving us all the information up front. We know the drama in episode 1. They're keeping it tight. They're keeping it right. It's an hour and a half, but it's absolutely worth it. And I'm also telling you that after a while, I was so into it that I stopped taking notes because that's how into it I was. Okay, let's start off with our first couple, and that is Sean and Christine. Okay, let me give you the stats. Sean is a 41-year-old gentleman from Botley, and Christine is a 41-year-old woman from the Philippines. These two have been talking online for 8 years. Okay, so this ain't no like I met her 6 months ago, I went to see her once, and now I'm in love. This is a long haul situation. He does cleaning for a major supermarket. He said, I mean, listen, sometimes they have to put the subtitles. I didn't think that I couldn't understand British speak, but certain pockets of Britannia, their speech is like listening to, I don't know, Southern folk from the Appalachian Mountains. It's like ding dong, bang dong, bang, but for Britain, you know? And Sean is one of those people. So he's a cleaning major in a supermarket, or cleaning manager. Maybe that's what that's supposed to say. Cleaning manager in a supermarket. I don't know. You correct me, okay? This is a small, intimate group here. So we are gonna, we're gonna learn it. We're gonna learn it together. Oh, Lori, Desiree, Jasmine, and BBBBB. It looks like Quasi is here. Sienna, hello. All right, so he lives in a 1-bedroom flat, and he's so lonely that sometimes he comes home and he speaks to his appliances. Listen, Sean, we've all been there. I mean, I've never spoken to my appliances, but I've definitely spoken to myself out loud in my apartment. It's great. Living by yourself is wonderful. So Christine, he's known Christine for 8 years. They met on social media. She's in Antipolo, a city that is, I think, outside of Manila. We find out that good old Sean sends her £400 a month. With his salary and what he has for living expenses, that leaves him with about 61 quid a month for his own frivolity. 61 quid is $50. Now, those of us who live in the United States, and possibly those of us who are in Canada as well. Side note, let me just say this right now, because I respect the Canadians and I respect the Mexicans. I hate it when people refer to the United States as America. Now, I know that we all do, and I know that there are a lot of people out there who just accept the fact. But let me tell you this: Canada and Mexico are in North America. Why? Yes, you can call someone who was born here an American because we're not called the United Staters. But there's really no reason to call this country America, because there are other countries on this continent, on the continent of North America. So technically, Canadians are American, Mexicans are American, they're North American. So I hate when you're like, we're in America. Yes, we are. Also in the United States. And if you are from the United States, you are American. Because otherwise you'd be the United Staters. And I don't want to be a United Stater. Shan's like, I'll just try calling you guys America. America. Just in America. Anyways, there's that. I just wanted to say that. I wanted to let everybody in the international community know that I get it. That I'm an American who lives in the United States. I mean, it's the United States of America, but also America being north. And there's the south too. Okay, anyways. So he has $50 left over. 61 pounds, $50. I mean, I don't live in a city where public transportation is the bee's knees. Maybe he gets free food from the grocery store he works at. How do you live off of 61 pounds / $50 a month? How? How? I just don't know. Like, I did it in college, but this is a grown man at 41. So he feels like it's totally worth it, though. It's totally worth it because he loves the ish out of Christine. He loves her, how original she is. And we get an image of Christine who has overdrawn her lips with lipstick and is wearing plastic bags in her underwear as a skirt and gets on a chair and starts to dance for him. She is willing to make an absolute fool out of herself for this man. And they talk every day and they give each other love every day. And she's very grateful for the money that he sends back to her. She says that she's able to live a very comfortable life, and it's because of Sean. And she loves him for it. She lives with her parents. She's able to have a nice life with the $400 that he sends. And his mom loves him. Sean's mom and all of his family are really concerned that Christine is taking advantage of him. And they want to ensure that this man is happy. And he has told all of his peoples and us that he is lonely. And I said, you know what, Sean, I get it. Now, I'm not lonely enough to give somebody in a foreign country $400 of my hard-earned cash, so I could just live with $50. But that tells me that Sean is a provider. Okay, he is a provider. And I can do nothing but respect him for it. It's foolish, but I can do nothing but respect him for it. The mom thinks that Christine is using him. She says that he's just a giver, that he will reach in his pocket and give anybody his last quid. That's how much of a giver and a loving person as he is. And she doesn't want someone to take advantage of her son. And I'm just like, well, your son is older. He's a grown-ass man. So, he's making choices. So then we get all this information about Sean, and we have a scene where Sean is with one of his good friends, who has, the most unfortunate teeth in that mouth. The teeth are very British. There's just like a, and this man is, I mean, I don't know how many generations of him have been in the U.S. I mean, been in the U.K. because he's black, but like the teeth are aggressively terrible. They are like, I feel like, is not healthcare for everyone in the UK? And if so, is healthcare and dentistry different? And if so, why hasn't somebody intervened for this man in his bottom teeth? Why hasn't someone intervened with this man? So he is trying to say, we're just trying to look out for you, mate. We're just trying to look out for you, make sure you're doing something in the city, make sure you're not using free money. And he's like, I'm an adult. I love her. It's absolutely worth everything all the time. I'm butchering this. Sorry, everybody. I'm gonna get it together. Okay, it's gonna take me a while. I love her so much, and she's gonna support me, and I love everything about her. And he's got tattoos. I think he has a tattoo, maybe that has her name. I'm not sure. And then all of a sudden, part 2 or like act 2 of this show, they tell us that I don't know how many in 2018. So they've been together for 8 years. In 2018, Christine got pregnant because he would go visit her. So Christine has their baby. And on top of that, it's Christine's 4th child. So not only does she live in a house with her family, her parents, which is what they set us up to believe in the beginning, they didn't even mention her children, nor did they mention that them two had a child. This child's name is Christian. And he flew there to see Christian when Christian was 2 weeks. I think he was there for the birth. Then he flew there when Christian was like, I think 6 months or something like that. Then I think that's the last time. So he hasn't seen his son in 2 years, and it breaks his heart, and it breaks our heart. He starts to cry too. And then there is doubt upon whether or not that child is his. Now, I will say, but that being said, there are Filipinos, like Filipino people, from what I've seen, are on a spectrum. Like who's to say that his father isn't that Anglo-Saxon of a man named John? I mean, he's no Taeyong or Taeyun, which is Devin and Jahoon's baby. Like, but Devin and Jahoon's baby, like, you might not think that baby's biracial either. So what I'm saying is that whatever the gene is, the melanin gene of the Philippine is dominant. It is strong in that baby. And so he's like, of course that baby's mine. What are you talking about? I put my penis in her vagina several times when I was there. Of course that baby is mine. And also the subtext is, even if the baby isn't mine, it is mine. Because all of her kids are mine. Because I love her and all of those kids. And those kids love me. So I really do think that he has some kind of, cape on. Also, he's like really proud of the fact that he takes care of them. Then we find out that he is up to his eyeballs in debt. Because she applied for the visa for her to come to visit him in the UK. Now, I'm not sure if it's a K1 visa. I think it's a visa for her and the baby to come and visit, right? And the visa got denied. And she says it's because of your bank account information. That's why the visa was denied. And I think it's because he was trying to hide it from her. Maybe he didn't turn it in because ain't one nothing in it. So like he was like, might as well just give you nothing because ain't nothing in this bank account. So he got really upset and they tried again. And at the end of the episode, she ends up getting her visa. Now, we don't know when she's coming to the to the UK. I'm going to say that a lot, you guys. I'm going to interchange UK and US a lot, so just like lean into it. So we don't know when she's coming, but she finally got her visa. And his people from the up next, his people are about to ask her a lot of uncomfortable questions. And he's also going to have to tell her that he is broke. Like, here's the truth. Even if he saves that $400 a month, He's in so much debt, as well as when she comes to the UK, he's not going to be able to afford her and that kid. It is probably cheaper for him to send her 400 a month than it would be for her to come there, because she is going to spend and require her physical presence in his home, his one bedroom home, is going to require him to spend more than 400. And if she comes to the UK, who's going to send money back to her parents who are living on, and her kids who are living from off of his $400? So you know what I'm saying? Like, once this situation changes, he's going to have to figure out another line of work, or she's going to have to go to work right away or something. There is going to be a problem. The dating doula comes through with all of her wisdom, and she says, "Line between a provider and a trick." Listen, as the progeny of a foreigner, you know my stance on this. You know that I will never assume that the foreigner is just using the not foreigner. And here's why. Because I personally get anxiety when men spend money on me, because I be in there wondering if they actually afford it, and they show to me or prove to me that they can't afford it. That's when I relax. But until then, I'm kind of worried, and I don't know why. It's because I'm a pick me to a certain extent. To a certain extent, I truly just want to be available and open to love. And if like making the concession of you not actually have to make any money works, or not having to actually support me, like makes you feel more comfortable and wanting to be with me, I'm willing to acquiesce. And that's my toxic trait. That's me, like having low self-esteem. But obviously Christine doesn't. Christine sees him as a not rich, but a foreigner who can afford to spend her $400 a month. And so she's gonna take it. She doesn't I say this, and I say this all the time. The foreigner truly does not understand what the American is going through. I'm sorry, what the UK or the American is going through financially. They just think of it as the land of opportunity, and they just think that you have all this money. My Wi-Fi is really bad right now, and I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. But I'm gonna keep talking. Anyways, so sorry if the visual is kind of messed up, but you can hear. So anyways, that's where we leave them. Okay, let's move on, because we've got a lot to talk about, and I'm going live like very soon, like in 15 minutes on another show. I thought I was going to get this done in 30 minutes. I'm a lie. I wonder if I can change it. Ooh, well, I'm just going to be late to that one. Good gracious. All right, so the next couple that we are going to talk about are these two cutie patooties. Okay, we have got Katie, who's 26, and Alejandro, who is 30. Katie is a dialysis nurse, and Alejandro is, I think he's a personal trainer. I'm not sure what he does, but he lives in Mexico, and he lives a happy, healthy life with his parents, right? So Alejandro is not wanting, okay? He came to the UK on a tourist visa to visit Katie, which is one of the first times we, on a 90-Day Fiancé franchise, have seen a foreigner fly to, one of these NATO countries. I don't know if Mexico's a NATO country or not. I'm just trying not to say first world because that's rude. Fly to a headliner country just off of a tourist visa. Like, hey, I like you. I'm going to come visit you, right? And so I'm like really happy that this is the situation for her. So let me tell you about Katie. Katie is a cutie patootie, okay? She lives with her grandmother. And when we have this confessional of her grandmother and her talking together, I don't know what the grandmother is saying. Again, she's ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding. But it is so cute. It is, I mean, look at her hair. Look at her bangs. Look at these two. Look at this like sweetheart shape. I don't know if this is sweetheart shape, but look at the grandmother's like décolletage. You know what I'm saying? Look at the little delicate necklace. Like they really came to be on TV. Look at KT. So cute. Okay. So her and grandma live together. They love each other. Katie recently broke up, and it was very, very devastating. It just ended one day, and she was hard. It was hard for her. Her granny thinks that she's beautiful. And our first scene is the granny on some kind of, I don't know, machine that just wiggles her butt up and down. I guess it's supposed to like prevent atrophy in the muscles. And so instead of her like walking around, she like gets on this machine and it just like jiggles her booty, which was really cute. So Katie is on a fitness journey. She is not at the end of her fitness journey, but she's lost 56 pounds. And so she's very proud of herself. She's a little insecure, but she's on her way of having, you know, a lot of self-esteem. Alejandro meets with his friends to talk about his plans on coming to the UK to meet Katie. And immediately they're like, how do you know what she looks like? Have you seen a full body picture of her? She could be very heavy on the bottom. And I said, in the year of our Lord 2022, are we still on some, oh, she could be fat nonsense? Alejandro is a grown man. We have all now come to the point where only young idiots say things like, oh, they don't want somebody who's over a certain weight class. Like, no. We are done with this. Thick is thick and great. And we don't say things like that, especially women on women. Especially a woman who herself is thick, talking about, are you sure she's, even if Katie was catfishing and she was thicker on the bottom, so what? If Alejandro were to go there and be like, oh, she's bigger than I thought, like, boo-hoo, that's your fault. We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this. So, Becky, you're absolutely right. It's so refreshing. Thank God. It's like they give us all the information up front. Okay, so then I didn't like that. Then we have a conversation with him and his parents. His mother starts to cry because the mother really doesn't want him to like go and move to the UK. But Alejandro's gonna check it out. So Alejandro goes to the UK, checks it out, and he's like, no, it's cold here. I can't stay here. I can't. He got there. I don't know how long he was there, 2-3 weeks. He was homesick. He wanted to go home. It was cold. It was cold. And he was like, oh, no. Oh, I can't live here. Mm-mm. And he really wants Katie to come to Mexico and live. But I don't think Katie, A, wants to. B, she can't leave her grandmother. C, she would have to learn a whole other language. And, you know, us people from America and the UK, we're not about learning other languages. No. We don't want that. We don't want those languages. So, but here's my truth. Here's my thing about it. If you want to be as a woman, if you want to be in a relationship with someone who lives in another country, I think that it behooves you to move to their country. Unless Alejandro was in some impoverished situation where she would kind of be financially going backwards instead of moving forward, then I see her not wanting to go in his country. But the truth is that if you want him to provide for you and take care of you, he can do so the best from Mexico. He can do the best from Mexico. So go to Mexico. Go to Mexico and be with your man's man. Learn that language and be with the one who rubs your booty at night. That's what I say. Ellie or Eli, why do you have a problem with her going to Mexico? What's wrong with her considering to go to Mexico? He came to the UK and decided he can't live there. So why? So I don't know why he wants her to go to in Mexico. Because Mexico is better. Mexico has Mexicans and Mexican food. Yes, I would go to Mexico. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm gonna go where there's Mexican food. So there's that. That's just me and my California. Okay, that's touche. Touche. You don't like it there? Isn't the food delicious? I just want to eat. Demi says, and the tequila. They're already in long distance, just visit each other. There's lots of cross-border marriages. Neither has to give up their lives. Yeah, I mean, I think there's something that can be done. I mean, we're at episode 1, guys. We have no idea what's going to happen going forward. Just right now, he's like, no, I don't want to live there. What is this? Is this my mic? This whole time? What is this then? How come y'all didn't tell me you couldn't hear me? Oh my God. Now I gotta go to my settings. See if my freaking audio is coming in the way it's supposed to come in. Oh my God. Okay. Testing. There it is. This whole time, you'll have me out here with this whack. She's a nurse and her credentials are only good in the UK. Yeah, they looked it up, and he's like, yeah, you're not going to make as much money in Mexico as you would here. But I'm like, get cozy with his family. Listen, I just want to go and eat. I would try it out for a little bit, but the truth is like she can't leave her granny, and I see that as a true reason why not to go. Okay. The next couple that we are going to talk about, and this is a very interesting couple to me, is Bertie and Host. So we've got Bertie, who's 31 years old, and her Host, who's 28, and he is in Lebanon, and she obviously is in the UK. She has 2 kids. They met online for like playing computer games, and he's hot. This is a hot to trot Lebanese man, okay? He is a cute or a patute. And she ain't bad herself. She's really nervous about meeting him and going to see him. I feel like Bertie has been hurt or something, but she gives me that she likes to fight vibes. And that she's very insecure vibes. But she's working on it, and we love to see it. So her sister is really worried about her going. Her mother is really worried about her going. Her mother is like, worst case scenario, civil unrest. Best case scenario, no power. And so she's obviously flying to Lebanon during a time in which, and I don't know when Lebanon like had something happen where like people had like rolling blackouts and the economy was doing really bad. And this was like, I think like 2 or 3 years ago, because of my friend who is Lebanese. Like she was born in Lebanon, not Chris, another friend, a coworker. And so we would talk about like, she's like, yeah, it's bad in Lebanon right now and blah, blah, blah. But her mom went to Lebanon like last year and came back with a necklace for me, which I'm like, where is that necklace? It broke and I was going to get it fixed, but like, what did I do with it? Anywho, so her parents are really worried about her going there. She's got those 2 kids. So she goes anyway, though, right? Girl misses 2 flights. One of the flights that she misses, she's actually in the airport and she misses the flight. So she missed her first flight, got there too late. They wouldn't let her on the plane. Then she misses the second flight because they were supposed to tell her, hey, this flight is available, but I guess they couldn't find her. And so then she missed that flight. So he's pissed because he's like worried that if she doesn't get there, within a certain time frame, that they're never going to be able to see each other because of his work schedule. Do not know what he does for work. So he's got an uncle who is a hairstylist who doesn't really like her and it doesn't think that they're right for each other, but he ends up doing her hair when she gets there. So she ends up making it there and she's homesick and, can be acting a certain way. And he is not the best host. He gets frustrated with her very easily, especially when she makes him late for, events. And it's a very communal culture. So they're always going out to eat and she would like to spend more alone time with him. She's also expecting for him to propose. And his uncle is like, no, don't propose to her. You're not ready for that right now. Don't propose to her. And we get down to the brass tacks of it after we find out that the uncle doesn't like her because she has trust issues, and the uncle also doesn't believe in long distance relationships. So he's like, this is not going to work. Everyone says that she's opinionated and she could basically get in trouble over there in Lebanon by acting a fool. Like her mother is like, you're too opinionated over there. I think her mother thinks Lebanon is Saudi Arabia, because the way she's talking is that like if Bertie steps out of line, like she's gonna have like a finger cut off. Like it's like it's really weird. And I'm like, Lebanon is like not that. Lebanon is not like that. It's not Yemen. it's not one of those like strict Muslim Arab countries. It's pretty liberal as far as like culture wise. Like, you know, if you choose to wear a hijab, you choose to wear a hijab, but there are all religions there. Like there are Christians moving about Lebanon freely. You know what I'm saying? It's not what you would think, I guess. And so mother's just like worried that she's gonna like go into some kind of Lebanese prison and never come out because she like crossed the street and looked at a man or something. But anyway, she gets there and she's homesick for her kids and they have their little tiffs, but she's trying to do her best to work through it. The uncle ends up doing her hair at some point, and then they go to dinner and he's mad at her because she's like upstairs, like FaceTiming her kids, and he doesn't want to be late. And then they end up having this like intimate conversation either the same evening or the next day, where he basically tells her like, there is no future here in Lebanon. It's terrible here. The economy is really bad. I can't stay here. You can't come. Like, I have to go to the UK. That is where all the opportunity is. And I said to myself, I really like this conversation, because there's going to be all kinds of people who is like, oh, he's using her for the UK green card or the purple card. I don't know what they call in the UK. He's using, but like he is being practical. Oh, where are my mods? Get rid of this nudie person. Get rid of this nudie person. Oh yeah, there was delicious fish. It was delicious fish. That fish looked bomb. I don't have any moderators in here. Jasmine, can you get rid of them if you can? But anywho, so I loved that conversation, because I think so many people are like, oh, the right reason. Like, oh, well, I'm using for the right reason, blah, blah, blah. Like, when he first saw her, he started crying. Like, I believe their love is real. You can have real love with somebody and still be practical about your living arrangements and what is best for the group. You can still have all of those things. One is not mutually exclusive. I wanted to eat everything. If they had, all of the like, not, is it meza? All of the like olives and the like, I just wanted to eat. I always want to eat. I'm just ready to eat at all times. I need you to know that about me. I'm ready to eat. Right now I'm like, should I go make me some vegan tuna salad? What do I have downstairs? I think I should. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. Let's move on, because I got to do my next live. And as you can tell, she's hungry. I really do hope the best for Bertie and Host, but I do think that their personalities are going to clash, because I feel like they both like to fight. So the last couple that we got to know in this episode was... Oh, did I show you a picture of Alejandro? I did. Okay, so Victoria and Sean. Now, Victoria, she's foolish. This is another Spella, as Chris would say, and she is obsessed with Japanese culture. And he low-key catfished her. Like, this man is a shady McGrady low-key liar. He catfished her. The picture was of him, but it was a picture of him like 25 pounds ago and 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And when she finally met him and they started FaceTiming, this man doesn't tell her what he does for work or how he makes money. He has a YouTube channel cutting wood and doing some woodwork. And she's like, I don't know how he makes money off of that. I really wish they had told me so I can go look at his view count and help him make some money. He's 42 years old. She's 30, and his name is Sean. But that's not his real name. His real name is like Shantaka Nama na na na. Like, it's a Japanese name, but Sean is like the beginning part of his name. She didn't find out that was his name until like I don't know how long they've been talking. Oh, they've been talking for 2 years. And some of the things that they get along with is that they both like Pokemon Go. And she just loves Japanese culture. She's obsessed. And so it's just, it's really important to her. She says that he's a man of mystery. And she says that he gives enough information to bait you, but doesn't give you the full story. Now, Victoria has wasted 2 years on a man who won't tell her anything about himself. That is on her. She could find another Japanese man. There are Japanese men abound. They were in Japan and outside and in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is no reason for her to stick with somebody who she doesn't even know how he makes money. And even when producers are starting to ask him about his lines of income, he's like, I think we can skip this question. Yep. In a very Japanese manner. Like, he's like, yeah, I think we could skip this question. Thank you. And it's like, it's so polite that you just have no recourse but to skip it. There's nothing else you can do. You need to skip it. So she tells her friend about it, and she's like, okay, guess what? I met this man. And the friend is like, mm-hmm. And she's like, he's Japanese. And the friend is like, mm-hmm. And she's like, he's Japanese from Japan. Mm-hmm. And he's coming here in 2 days. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited to meet him. Mm-hmm. And do you not feel is none of this shocking to you? Is none of this like causing you to want to say more to me besides mm-hmm? And the friend is like, no. I mean, good luck. All the best. Sounds fun. I said this friend is so weird. I said, does this friend not see the camera crew? Is she not aware? Does she not understand the assignment? Like, Victoria was expecting something, and the woman gave her nothing. The woman was just like, mm-hmm, tell me more. Tell me something exciting, or tell me something more interesting, because you having been dating somebody that I had no idea about for 2 years, who is coming to see you in 2 days, is not shocking to me at all. That's so Victoria. Like, it was such a weird response. It was such a weird response. Look at that baby. Look at Baba, baby Binky Blanket. Look at that baby. So we're on this roller coaster ride with Victoria, you guys. I mean, that's the beginning and the end of it. We're on the ride with her, and that's it. Everything sounds interesting. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. All right, you guys. So that is the end of this video. I am 8 minutes late for the next video, the next Seeking Sister Wife. So that one's going to be pretty quick because, like I said, she hungry. She hungry. Oh, Angela, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And Shan, thank you so much for co-signing Angela. As I was saying at the beginning of this video, you guys, I have a podcast, me and my friend Chris Farah, and I want us to talk about this show, but Chris doesn't feel like people will listen. She is more interested in HEA. And let me tell you, I am not interested in HEA. I do not care. I don't want to talk about Angela and Michael. I don't want to talk about Big Ed, so I'm not gonna. And like Libby and Andre, okay, it sounds like they've trumped up some drama. And who else is in this one?
I don't even know, girl. But like, I'm just not as interested in it. If you guys are interested in it, like, yeah, we're gonna cover it, I believe, on our podcast. So please go and follow us on all of the things. We're Docusweeties. We are live on Apple. We are live on Spotify. We are live on a lot of the other ones. I don't even really. I mean, I have to check to see if we're on Google. But go and find us. Google it. See what you have. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. TikTok, there's nothing on TikTok, but you can go find us there. And then last but not least, if you would like to join the Patreon, it's $10 a month for exclusive content pertaining to the shows that we are going to be reviewing, because not everything will be on the free podcast feed. A lot of things are going to just be Patreon only, you know? You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you guys. So find us. It's Docusweeties podcast. And that is it. Please join me in like a minute because I'm literally jumping into the next live. So please join me. I'm gonna talk about Seeking Sister Wives. But otherwise, if you can't, I understand it's 9. So y'all going ahead. Oh, Dia, thank you. I subscribed on Apple. Rate us. Give us a 5. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I love it so much. You cry. Oh, just watch the first one. Lori, are you a patron? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. Nick, we've got 2 new patrons since the last time I checked it. Nikki and Chinyere. I love it, you guys. I love it. All right. I'll talk to you guys in 5 seconds. Bye. Oh, remember, wait. All right, you guys, have a fantastic week. Remember to be you and be true and find your place. Bye. Bye. Thank you.